Good morning, class, and welcome to our maths lesson today. Today we are learning something on using perimeter in our daily life. Again, using
perimeter in our daily life.
Using perimeter in our lives. In our lives. To use perimeter in our lives, we need to remember at least the different shapes that we have commonly found ourselves talking about. Some of these shapes include rectangles, plots, shambas are either rectangular, they can be squares,
Circles.
very good, circles, very important, and sometimes may even be triangular. What did we say perimeter is?
Perimeter is distance round.
Very good. So perimeter is distance round a figure. So for us to be able to use perimeter, it could be one, what we call using strands to fence, two, using poles, three, running around, and four, probably piping to take water from one end to another. So this movement, number 5 would be probably the revolving of wheels. The road, the vehicles running from one end to the other. If we get a rectangle, for instance, we have a rectangular field, 80 meters by 35 meters width. How do we calculate perimeter? Perimeter equals to
length plus width plus length plus width, or in class 6 we can use a formula that is 2 into length,
2
into
bracket
length plus width.
We want to use that as our way to finding perimeter of a rectangle. If this was our rectangular field, like our football field, and we wanted to fence around it using barbed wire, then what we need to know is that one round of barbed wire is equals to one perimeter. So if we were to use 5 strands, then we are saying what?
It will be 5 times
5 perimeters. It will be 5
perimeters.
So let's look for the length of the strand of wire that is needed up here. So P equals to 2 bracket. Instead of length, what do we write?
We write 80 meters.
80 meters. Width we use
35 meters.
35 meters. Close the bracket. So where do we start? We utilize Bodmer's rules. Bodmer's rules require
we start with the brackets.
Work out what is inside the what?
The brackets.
So perimeter equals to 2 multiplied by 115 meters. So our perimeter is 230 meters. So total length of the wire will be 5 perimeters. 5 times 230 meters. This will give us,
That is
multiplying 230 by 5.
5 times 3 is 5.
There is a 0 first.
0,
15 carry
1,
1, 210 becomes
11.
1130 meters. We have used perimeter in our daily life where we have been able to fence our school field or a piece of land or even the area within our swimming pool. Moving on to second example.
But sir,
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
So suppose I don't follow that formula, but I say perimeter is equals to that's length plus width plus width.
Yes.
Then I get the answer. Will I be wrong or I must follow that procedure like that formula?
That is still the same thing that we have done here. The only thing, you have utilized your knowledge in algebra. You have utilized your knowledge in
Algebra.
to be able to remember this. Again, this is a formula which will be useful for you for the rest of your life as long as you're doing mathematics.
Also, the other advantage is that it saves on time, because when you are using the formula, it will be so easy for you to work out once you know the formula.
Great. So number 2 will be a case where we have a question where we have a small gate. Now this time we have a rectangular field, 75 meters by 55 meters wide. But then we have a case where we're going to fence this field. We're going to fence using 6 strands. 6
Strands.
The one we have been dealing with was totally closed, but this one will have a gate. It has a what?
A gate.
5 meters apart. 5 meters
Apart.
So we want to know what would be the length of the barbed wire that we are going to use to go around this piece of land, leaving a gate which is
5
5
meters.
meters apart. Now, what I need to tell you is that where there is a gate, it means it's not a complete perimeter. It is not a complete
Perimeter.
So we may not say, this is where now the question you had posed, can I add length, width, length again, and width again? This is going to be very useful for you. But all the same, what we need to know is that our total perimeter for the area that we are talking about will miss 5 meters. One strand will miss 5 meters. So when it is 6 strands, it is going to miss 5 meters times 6 times. Together?
Yes.
So to begin with, therefore, perimeter again is equals to
2 opening brackets length plus width.
plus width, close the bracket. But we must remember, we will minus 5 meters because we have to remove the section that the gate has. If you look at the picture there, supposing that's where the gate is, then it means our length is not going to be 75, but it's going to be 70. Are we together?
Yes.
So in this case, then our perimeter therefore is 2 bracket 75 plus 55, close the bracket, take away
5.
Sum of 75 and 55.
130.
So 2 times 130, you'll get
260
minus,
5,
and therefore our length of one round is
255 meters.
255
Meters.
How many strands are we repeating? How many times are we repeating?
6 times.
So 255 meters multiplied by
6.
and this will give us
0
because of
30
30. 5 times 6
30
plus 3,
33
2 times 6
12
plus 3,
15
1530 meters.
meters.
We have already removed the gate. We now can be able to see what is the total length of the meter of the wire that will be needed to fence this region for that long. Pamoja?
Yes.
Very good. We'll go for a third example.
Teacher, before
Yes,
you
yes,
move on,
yes.
what if I don't subtract 5?
You will have not taken care of the gates.
Yes.
Yes, if you don't subtract 5, then you'll be doing barbed wire even where the gate is.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay?
Yes.
Then we want now to move to some circular figure. We want to move to a circular
Figure.
Sometimes there are swimming pools that are circular. You may also decide to have a circle that will help you to do something. So I have a circle here. And it has a diameter which is 28 meters. Which is
28 meters.
28 meters. And I want to plant flowers round that field. I want to plant flowers around that field at intervals of 4 meters per flower. So flowers
At intervals
planted around the circular garden at 4-meter interval. I want to ask a question.
Yes.
When you plant round the circular garden, what are you actually, on what distance are we dealing with?
You'll be going around the same circle.
Yes.
That is the circumference.
Very good. We'll be dealing with the circumference of the circle.
Circle.
So you must go back to where we said perimeter or the circumference of a circle is equivalent to
Pi d.
pi times d. So this will help us to know what distance are we talking about. So we have to plant flowers along a circumference of 22/7 is our pi. Our diameter is 28 meters. So by 7, 1 by 7,
4.
so we're dealing with
88
meters. We're dealing with
88
meters. That is the distance which we must use to know how many flowers will go around the circumference of this circular garden. So, number of flowers we say is equals to distance that we are talking about divided by interval. Remember, a perimeter, a circumference is a complete distance. It is not a straight line. This is a complete distance. Therefore, you will not do any addition. It is simply distance divided by interval, and in this case, 88 meters we divide by 4 meters, and this will give us 22 flowers. I want you to look at this. Meter and meter cancels. So our end product is that we will have 22
Flowers.
Remember the question was flowers
Planted.
Flowers were planted around a figure.
What if teacher I say the answer is 22 meters? Will I be wrong?
Completely, because distance and distance went away. We were to cancel meter and meter because the distance was 88 meters, the interval was 4 meters.
Thank you.
Right? And again, the question was about flowers. Flowers were planted. So whatever we are doing to look for the number of flowers that
planted.
are needed. I'll give you the last example, then I'll assign some duties or some work to be done by us. So this one is working on a straight line, and it says, the question is, electricity poles were fixed over a distance of 5 kilometers at a 50-meter interval. At a 50-meter interval. So my question is, how many poles were used? So in this case, you're going to say, we'll come and look at the distance from A to B. It is 50 kilometers. First post is there, second post is supposed to be 5 meters interval. So our danger here,
Teacher, it is 50 meters.
You get 50.
50-meter interval.
it's a 50 meters, sorry, it's not 5. It's 50 meters
Interval.
And that is 5 kilometers? Or?
5 kilometers. This is 5 kilometers. So what is our danger here?
The biggest danger is to ensure that we are working using the same units, because
Correct.
when you look at the distance from point A to point B,
Yes.
it is 5 kilometers.
Yes.
But the intervals that you have given us, you are using meters.
Very good. So we must change the bigger units to the smaller units so that you are able to work with the same units. So 5 kilometers, therefore, is changed to become
Meters.
5,000 meters, because our multiplier here is
1,000.
kilometer is
1,000
meters.
meters.
So we multiply out, now we can be able to fix. Now this is a straight line. The first pole that was fixed there did not have an interval. Are we together?
Yes.
So we're going to say number of poles equals to distance over interval plus 1, the first pole, which did not have
The interval.
the interval. So in this case, the distance is 500 meters. The gap between posts is 50 meters. So meter for
Meter.
0 for
0.
remember how many poles?
How many
Our answer
poles?
will be for poles. So
Poles.
by 5, 1, by 5,
100.
100, but plus
1.
so 101 poles. This is not like the question we have just done before. When we were going around a complete circumference, here we are looking at a straight line. So a straight line, we must add 1.
1.
I want to believe we have covered those questions, and I would wish, therefore, to be able to give some work that people can be able to handle from there. Any question?